Insurance for accountants and accounting firms may seem straightforward, but it's not necessarily so. Here's everything you need to know. Hi, my name is Ryan Hanley. I'm the founder and president of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you knowledge and information to make the right insurance decision. Now, for accountants and accounting firms who probably already have insurance, but maybe having questions about whether they have the right coverage or, is there better options? Are there other programs out there? That's most likely why you're watching this video. And I just want to lay a few things out for you. So yes, from a business owner's policy standpoint, an accounting firm is a fairly straightforward risk. Now, there are some caveats to that. If your employees are now working remote, if they're working in different states, you have some additional risks. Specifically, you have an increased exposure in your workers' comp if you have employees that are working at home, so different locations, or out of temporary work or co-working environments. Additionally, if any of those employees have moved out of state, is your workers' comp policy set up properly to manage the fact that you have employees in other states? Number one. Number two, cyber liability has become a big concern for accounting firms because of the nature of the data that you are holding in your computer systems, regardless of how protected it is, regardless of what cybersecurity you have or cybersecurity company you work for. A cyber insurance policy to back up anything that could possibly get through those defenses is an absolute must today. And I'm sure everyone watching has a cyber policy. If you don't, give us a call as soon as you're done watching this video. Now, so for a business owner's perspective, pretty straightforward. Comp can get a little diverse depending on how your workforce is distributed. Cyber is an absolute must. The big one for accountants is accountants, professional, and errors and omissions. And this is where policies start to diverge in terms of the types of coverage and the exclusions provided on those policies, and where you really need someone who can help you work through the nuances of an accountant's professional policy, because you're going to have policies that are going to cover just about anything that could go wrong, and you're going to have policies that have tons of exclusions, and both of them are going to be called accountant's professional, and they're going to have different prices. And you may look at them and say, hey, that's an accountant's professional policy and that's an accountant's professional policy, except there's a $2,000 difference in price. And if you aren't familiar with the nuances of policy language and coverage, you may not realize that the difference, the number of gaps in coverage between that more expensive policy to the one that seems cheaper could be the difference between a claim shutting your business down and just being something that is paid and you move on from. And these are the kind of things in an accounting firm that become very important. Other coverages, employment practices liability, employee benefits liability, any type of fiduciary liability or fiduciary bonding that you may have, any needs that you have there, depending on how you operate with your clients. If you're holding any funds for them for any reason, you're going to have a fiduciary liability and you may have some bonding needs. These are all the things that accountants need to work through with their insurance professional to make sure that they have coverage for. So, not to mention if you have multiple locations, multiple brands, ownership structures, all these things come into play depending on size and scope of your entity. If this is the kind of relationship that you'd like to have with your agent, give us a call, 518-960-6600. You can visit us online at roguerisk.com, or I'm sure there's a button or a link somewhere around this video that will let you contact us. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.